to help them calm down? Let's try it. And I remember the first time I did it, she looked at me like, what? I get to color? And I just had a whole tantrum in the classroom. Yes, you get to color because my job as the teacher in that situation is to help her learn effective strategies of how to deal with her emotions, how to manage through them in a healthy way that's not screaming and throwing themselves to the floor. In today's video, I'm going to share with you this very simple behavior management chart that you can use at home or at school to help young children manage their emotions. So the first step to creating your I Feel, I Choose behavior management chart is you're going to start off with a Microsoft PowerPoint or Docs, Google Slides, and you're going to type the words I feel at the top and I choose to. Then you're going to create a square. So the next step is choosing emotions. So you want to pick out emojis, your basic emotions like happy, angry, sad. But then I also chose to add emotions like hungry or feelings like hungry and sick, sleepy, just because we know that young children, sometimes if they're sleepy, if they're hungry, if they're sick, their behavior is very much so different. So the next step is choosing the different ways young children can manage their emotions. So some of the ideas I put was take a deep breath, look at the fish, pray, eat, listen to music, go outside, squeeze a ball, pretend to blow up a balloon. This by far is my child's favorite. Water plants, drink water, hug, lay down, stretch, read a book, draw, and color. So with the behavior choices, it's so important to choose choices that are based off of young children's interests too. So for example, I put draw and color. I remember my first year teaching and I had a child that really loved art. And so I'm okay with, hey, if they're having a meltdown, if I can use art to help them calm down, let's try it. And I remember the first time I did it, she looked at me like, what? I get to color? And I just had a whole tantrum in the classroom. Yes, you get to color because my job as the teacher in that situation is to help her learn effective strategies of how to deal with her emotions, how to manage through them in a healthy way that's not screaming and throwing themselves to the floor, but maybe art is going to be a way that could possibly change her life. Well, the next one is I had a father and his son really enjoyed water. Since he was a baby, he literally would throw his child in the water, and he was a swimmer. Now, I didn't have a pool in my classroom, but I did have a fish tank. And so there would be times if he was having a rough and challenging moment, I would say, hey, do you want to go spend some time with Daphne? And Daphne was our fish in our classroom. And just him going over there and being by Daphne, it soothed him, it calmed him. And so don't be afraid to use outside of the box strategies to help young children calm down and cope, because the strategies that they're learning now as young children can be the same strategies that they depend on later. So it could be music, reading books, whatever it takes, but as long as it's positive and it encourages positive reinforcement of the things that you want to do and you're okay with the child doing in your classroom, then put it on the choices. So the very last step is you're going to take all your papers and you're going to laminate them so you can put your Velcro on the paper. And so after you're done, you're going to also laminate a blank sheet so you have your other chart beside it so they can move it over like this. And I plan to hang this in my little calm down area. And so if they say, I don't know, I'm feeling angry, okay? So they would move angry here, they'll stick it there, and then I choose to, I don't know, water the plant. Because once again, when reinforced, sometimes children want a sense of belonging. They want a sense of responsibility. So letting them water the plant gives them a positive way to manage their emotions, and it helps them to identify what they're feeling and what they can do about it. And then they can put it back on the chart beside it. And some wonderful books that you want to include in your area where your behavior chart is books like Happy Hippo, Angry Duck. This is a whole social emotional kit And it has different books in there like I Can Stay Calm, Clean Up Everybody, I Can Follow the Rules, different, it's like a whole set of self-esteem books. I can take turns. And so books like that. So one resource that I think is really good for parents and for teachers is this great book. It's called 100 Principles for Positive Guidance with Young Children, Creating Responsive Teachers. And I think this is good also for parents because it has lots of principles that you can use at home or in your school classroom. So let me know in the chat below, what are some behavior strategies that you use in your classroom or in your home that has been effective? And what are some things that has not been effective? Let's talk about it in the chat below. And if you are not a Brown Bear Book Club member, I would encourage you to sign up because I send freebies and different ideas just like this straight in your mailbox. And if you want this resource, I'll make sure I link it below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys another time. Bye, guys.